This coming from Dianna Russini, a national reporter who covers the NFL. Steelers, Browns, possibly the Vikings could be involved in trade talks involving Kirk Cousins. Sources say Minnesota looked as the least likely scenario, given their preference to favor J.J. McCarthy. Cousins would need to sign off on any deal he's involved in. Important to note, Jeff, he did report to OTAs, the voluntary practices for the Falcons. I can't see the Browns signed Joe Flacco. I don't see them trading for Kirk Cousins. I would be stunned.
Well, of course, Kirk Cousins showed up, man. You got to get that money, man. I mean, if you're going to take that money, you better show up. I don't see how it works now, honestly. And I think this is something, Cousins and the Falcons, they're in this situation because they chose to be in this situation. They didn't necessarily want to play ball. They got themselves on, what they realized really quickly was the, wrong way of a contract that they didn't want to be in. They tried to get a little bit greedy about it as far as, well, we want you to pay, some of his salary, we want to be compensated. And, who's to say where this goes at this point? I don't think Cleveland really has any interest. I think, I think there are three quarterbacks outside of Cameron Ward that they really like. Not saying that either one of these guys are coming in here and you're going to say, yes, they will be the Browns quarterback of the future. But, you have Pickett, you have Joe Flacco, you're going to have, this rookie. I'm not exactly sure what Kirk Cousins would do for them. And the other thing is we've heard a lot that Kirk Cousins is really kind of trying to be involved here as to where he gets to go. If you're Kirk Cousins and you look, you tune in Friday night and by, 7:15, the Browns have added Jalen Milroe, you're going to say, well, what in the world would I want to go to Cleveland for? And look, it's the way it worked out for them. I don't feel bad for Atlanta in any way whatsoever. They created this monster themselves. They could have gotten out of it either way. They are paying him. So maybe Pittsburgh. I mean, you think Aaron Rodgers would at least have the common decency to give Pittsburgh some kind of answer here in the next 28 hours to kind of let them know what's going on. But the Browns, Cousins, I just don't see it anymore.